What is up, everybody? This is Derek Skull with Gatekeeper Media.
And this is Chris German.
And we have made it to the final 9 of the Road to Am World's One Step Closer video coverage powered by Millennium Discs.
And I'm excited. We go to the final 9 here, this 27-hole course. These are AMs playing for points for Worlds because it's going to be in our backyard. It's going to be local. So we have Carl and TJ. They're basically the only ones here fighting for a spot. Final 9, man. This is the front 9 here. What would you say? Pretty straightforward and wide open, right?
Yeah, and you're going to hear us say that over and over and over again on this front 9 for the course. This is going to be the one that tests your ability to fight the wind.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and take whatever shot you want to take. As we start here with Carl, kind of a shotgun as his is going. That's going to come back. That's looking really good.
Yeah, and it's you'll notice that there is some slower green happening on this part of the course as well. So, it puts him within range of a nice up.
Yeah, circle 2. He'll be able to run something. So we have TJ here. His is fading a little early. But great land.
A little short, rolls up another 5-6 feet or so. It's manageable.
Yeah, nothing to complain about. So we have Chad here. Chad Martin's had a pretty tough front and middle 9. He's played very well, but he's had some very unlucky holes.
That takes an air bounce there, and that slowed it down. It gets a little bit of a roll. Keeps rolling.
It's fortunate, though.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be pin high.
Kind of a late release, but he's able to get that distance there. So we have Derek here, and his round really fell apart in the middle. That Mando, he took a +5.
Yeah, so he's got some work to do.
Yeah, and he's been playing consistent up to that point. It was really just that hole in the first hole of the tournament, and that's where all of his strokes came from. Other than that, he's been playing very well.
And that one is just really hyzer and early. It plays to that little hill there, rolls him a little closer, but still has some work.
Yeah. Circle's edge, he'll be able to run it. As Logan here this is going to be a tough hole to flick on.
Yeah, and he's going to find himself pretty far right.
Yeah, just no power. He just kind of didn't commit there. Didn't want to flex anything out.
So we'll see him on his approach. A little high.
Yeah, good spot, though. He should be able to make that. So we have Chad here. He's going to be running it. Like you said, it's pretty slow green, so you can basically run anything you want.
And he gets cage. He wanted it.
And that's been the story of his round here. It's just hitting a lot of cage. Let's see what Carl can do.
Yeah, he's got some distance here, so... And his hits that knuckle and...
Sit down.
Sorry, Carl. That's a bummer.
Yeah, that's going to make it a tester for his par there now. He's looking at the guys.
Yeah.
Let's see what Derek can do here. This is for his birdie.
His just kind of whiffs left.
Yeah, just airballed it a little. We have TJ here. Let's see what he can do. Sitting one stroke behind Carl. He's been playing, I would say, sitting even. He's been playing average golf, par golf.
This is just a little right.
Yeah, it's 2 air balls in a row.
We haven't seen that too much, to be honest. It's kind of high or low, so
yeah.
It's interesting to see.
Everyone's been on points, more height.
All right, well, Carl says, I want to make sure I get this. So he puts a little pepper on that and makes solid connection.
He sinks that in. See if Derek can do the same. See if these guys can save their pars.
Confident release. Hits right dead center.
Good looking shot. Good looking putt. He's sitting at 11 over, though. He's definitely not happy with his round.
No, this is the area where you want to make consistent birdies.
Yeah, and I think he was sitting about 3 over going into the middle 9. You can see him now. He's sitting 11 over going into the last 9. TJ should be able to knock in his par.
All right.
Out of all these guys, I would say TJ's just been the most consistent. He's just been playing par golf, getting a birdie here or there, bogey here or there.
Yeah, and we see he's been neck and neck the whole time. So
we have a par frame here. Everyone's able to get par. Chad is sitting at 10 over. Let's see if he's able to get some of those strokes back here. So like I said, everyone parring here. Carl and TJ, just 1 stroke separate them. And we don't know what any of the other cards are doing. We don't know if they're in the lead or what's going on here, but we have a race.
Hole 2 is very interesting. It's a par 3 with that Mando. Going to be the telephone pole to our right. Real sharp hill right here, so you got some dangerous maneuvering.
Yeah, and this is, I would say, this is an ace run hole. It's pretty short, but like you said earlier, there's a lot of danger with some of these greens, and this is one where it could roll down and be looking, instead of a 2, you could be looking at a 4.
And a righty backhand, that's going to be a challenge because of the Mando. Like you see TJ, his gets a little high and hits that tree.
Yeah, Mando's getting people's heads. That just sailed on him.
He was trying to really anticipate an Anheuser and put a little too much.
This Chad's also going to go backhand here. Let's see what he can do.
So his is going the leftmost look, and I think that was fortunate to hit that tree. Otherwise, he'd see himself putting uphill.
Yeah, that probably would have skipped down and rolled down the hill. I do not believe the street is out of bounds here, though.
So it looks like Derek is going with the sidearm approach here. That's a pretty dangerous play.
Yeah, and he's got a driver, so that's a lot of disc for this hole.
He's going leftmost as well. He's playing that green, and
great shot.
See, that roll started, but it ended up sitting. So
Yeah.
he's in a great position.
And Logan's probably looking to shop someone to do the same thing here. I mean, something overstable, a driver. You're able to run it for an ace. And that's what Logan's doing here.
So we see a common trend here, folks, with the right lane to take.
Yeah. As both of them are in the circle, they should be able to get that, as TJ just has to lay that up.
Yeah, he manages the spike. So Carl looks like to spike as well, but gets a little high.
Yeah, I got away from him. See if Chad can run this. This is outside the circle.
And that's a great looking putt.
He sinks it. You know what, man? We're starting off here. He deserves it. Let's give him a rewind.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. As he runs that out.
Who doesn't like watching good golf again?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's definitely at least 30 feet out.
Now, he inched it in there, but an in's an in.
Yep. Doesn't matter how you make it. As that's an awkward putt for Carl there, because he's kind of on a slope.
A little death putt, too.
Yeah. All right, he'll get that in. TJ should be able to knock that in as well.
And folks, while you're here, please hit that subscribe button. Please ring that bell. You want to stay tuned for all of our awesome upcoming coverage. Got anything to say?
No, just every subscription counts and everything matters for us, and we love all the support we're getting and all the feedback, and it's been very positive so far.
So thank you, everybody.
As Logan and Derek are able to knock in their birdies there. Great shots from them guys. So funny enough, and Chad got it as well, so the top 2 guys actually parred out and everyone else birdied out, so it's funny to see, but there's still a lot of strokes between those guys. So we still have a 1-stroke difference between the top.
So hole 3 again, pretty straightforward. It's going to be a bomber though. 450 with wide open space, so there's a lot of room for error. Natural speaking.
Yeah, slightly downhill. There's kind of this tree overhanging it, so we have a shotgun here as Chad's is going. Just not the distance, a little short. He skips, but he should be able to get up and down for his par there.
It's going to be a safe approach shot for sure.
Yeah. But there's like a creek behind, I believe, so that does come into play. You can throw it into those bushes and have a tough time getting out. So let's see if anyone has the distance to do that.
And that turns over and does not want to fight back at all. That went the distance, but unfortunately wrong angle.
Yeah.
It looks like there's some stickers over there as well.
Yeah, he's going to be having the tomahawk out of that probably.
So I'm interested to see the flick approach on this shot. I think that would probably be the safer play, to be honest.
As that's looking really nice. It's going to flex back. It's coming back. That's looking really good.
Yeah, pin high.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Great shot by Logan there. So we have Carl on the box now. Let's see what he can do. So he's just going to go with the standard backhand. His kind of...
Really held that turnover.
Yeah. His just kind of died out. There was nothing there. Needs a little more stability on that disc.
I think I want to try something new here today. So for those who are watching, we got a piece of trivia for you. What college did Chris and myself graduate from prior to starting Gatekeeper Media? Mm-hmm. Everyone who comments the correct answer in this video gets entered for a raffle. Let's see who's paying attention.
Yeah. And from that raffle, we don't know yet if we're going to be doing a t-shirt, maybe a disc, some memorabilia. You're going to get something Gatekeeper Media-wise. So.
And on that, TJ finds himself pin high as well.
Yeah.
Right there in the circle.
Great job by him. As Carl has a lot of work for his up here. As that's coming in fast. Skips, but he's inside circle. Should be able to make that.
Back door.
As this is looking really good from Chad. Nice and soft. Drops it right in.
Yeah, that's safe for sure.
And
this has some work going on for it. And that threads right through, but
kind of rolls down into that ditch.
yeah.
It looks like he went with the forehand approach.
That's interesting.
Just
a little low.
Just a little low. As Derek's got some work to go through some of this stuff, but he makes it out.
At this point, he's just playing for his bogey.
Yeah, and he's got a tap in bogey. See if TJ can knock in his birdie here.
And he does.
He sinks it. Great drive by TJ. He's able to get his birdie. So he's going to at least gain one stroke here on Carl.
Oh, wow. Terrible cage bounce.
Yeah, that was not good for Carl. He's should be able to knock this in. Still a little work.
Gets hit with a bounce off and a splash out.
Ooh.
This might be a shift that we're seeing, folks.
Yeah, Derek, that was a 3-stroke swing right there. With TJ getting a birdie and Carl getting a double bogey, that's going to be 3 strokes.
Knowing that I was in the lead for the majority of things,
yeah,
and then playing that one hole would ruin the rest of my game.
Yeah, that is. Let's see how Carl does here. I mean, there's still plenty of golf to play. There's only 2 strokes between them now. TJ sitting at 1 under with the birdie. Carl getting the double bogey at 1 over. I mean, there's definitely a lot of golf to play in 2 strokes and swing. We just saw 3 swing right there.
Exactly.
So it's getting exciting. Tell us about this one. This one's got some water.
Yeah, it is. But, a lot of people can play the hyzer route that is going to avoid the water altogether. If you want the closest point from A and B, you're going to go over the water. But, to anticipate kind of shooting short or the wind, you might want to go deep with a spike.
Yeah, or if you're a lefty backhand, you're going to have to go over the water. But I love seeing courses with water, even if they're just kind of a tester there. Because it gets in your mind when you're throwing.
Oh, for sure. TJ's going to find himself, behind that tree there.
Yeah, it's kind of a backdoor route. I expect the guys with the power to take that. Chad's is cutting a little before, and he dances with the green.
And that's a really great 330-foot drive.
That was great. As Logan's actually going to go over the water, trusting that disc, knowing it's going to flex back, and he looks like he's up there. He's definitely across that pond. Sorry we weren't able to get that. So we have Derek here. I expect him to go backhand. And I would say out of these guys, he probably has the most power.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I would say from watching this tournament and seeing all this.
We just saw him crush a 450-foot drive.
Yeah.
So
he outdrove everyone there as he slips.
That can really get to you, too.
Yeah. That's always
So it was a good stop. Reset.
Yeah. Figured I'd keep that in there because that happens to everyone.
And his is staying really tight. He doesn't want to crush it nearly as much, and he gets what might be CTP.
Yeah, that was a
Let's
run.
see.
And that's what I love about this 9 here, man, is everything's pretty wide open, so it feels like almost everything is, because everything here is a par 3, it feels like almost everything's an ace run. That was a great shot as well by Carl.
Yeah, within the circle.
He's a little closer than TJ, so let's see if he can get those 2 strokes as we have some spectators up there. Looks like that's Bill, right?
I believe so, yeah. Right there at Tournament Central.
So big shout out to Bill if he's watching. As TJ misses that, Carl now knows he has a chance to at least gain 1 stroke if he's able to knock in this birdie. And he does it.
It was a little high right.
Yeah.
Good thing for those chains.
Yeah, if you're throwing weak side on the basket, it better be something sticky.
And Logan could not get the height on that. That looks he looks to be a little frustrated, but that's a common play for him on this round.
Yeah, it's just he's been consistently throwing them right into the basket there.
A little heavy armed.
As Chad knocks in that birdie, and that's looking good for him. He's not really playing around with the double digit over now. As TJ is gonna have to knock in his par. So this got a little bit closer, a little bit funner. And beautiful shot by Derek.
Tap in birdie.
Yeah.
All right.
I love seeing tapping birdies.
Logan does find himself a par.
Yeah. Not the end of the world, but knowing a lot of these other guys got birdies. TJ, the leader, is actually the only one there. Him and Logan. Carl's just one stroke difference now.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
Welcome back, everyone, as we just want to say a big shout out and big thank you to Millennium Disc for making this possible. So we move into hole 5.
Hole 5 again. I think you're probably tired of us saying it. Pretty straightforward. Can see the pin from the box. You do have, looks like, slightly downhill right from the beginning, but very flat towards the end. There is a slight creak at the back side of the basket.
But I would say this hole is another ace run.
And that's going right at you.
Yeah, that was very close. So I like that I kept that in there, but there was no way I was catching that.
Not when you're fearful for your life.
I don't know if anyone's ever been hit by a frisbee, or especially like a disc golf disc. It hurts. So I'm out in the trenches when I'm out there doing B-cam. As Derek's is looking really good here. It's got a little bit of pepper on it. So that was another ace run.
He's stringing them together.
Yeah, that's the second time he hit inside, I would say, 5 feet of the basket.
Well, he knows he's got a lot to make up for. So at least he wants to put on a show now. Carl finds himself a little short. I think if it didn't hit that, I'd be in that gully.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
He might still have some stuff in front of him, so let's see what he'll do on his par or on his birdie shot.
We got a tailwind slightly right, so that takes into play. It's probably going to want to push everything to the right on you, so something overstable is the way to go.
Yeah, you want it to hold that line as that's coming in hot. Fortunate it hits those trees, but we don't know what he's dealing with in front of him.
Yeah, it's going to be a little rough.
And I just want to shout out Logan here. That's his first backhand of drive of the tournament. And it looks pretty good.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Yeah, it was very straight. Nice form. He's inside the circle. Chad, that's just kind of floppy. Just looks like he hit the...
He might have second-guessed himself on the release and maybe didn't want to run it.
I think
you're rolling down.
I think he hit a branch because I saw a little twig kind of rocking back and forth.
That's a good-looking birdie putt from Derek.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row, man. That is 2 birdies in a row. That one definitely a lot harder than his tap-in, but he's showing some life here at the end.
So Carl has obstacles in front of him, a straddle putt, and he has to take a knee. He's being tested here with, close to 30 foot. It's that basket.
He hits basket again. I think he's hit basket more than anyone. Like consistently. I would say Logan as well. He's hit the bottom of the basket quite a bit.
Yeah, it shows the capacity of these players.
Yeah.
It's just, we're catching them on a bad round.
Yeah. Now remember, this was the beginning of the season. These are warm-ups basically for these guys.
Yeah.
Let's see what TJ can do here. As he kind of has some.
He's fighting those twigs right in front of him.
It's like right in his face.
Yeah. And his arm hits it.
Ooh.
That's exactly what happens. So everybody that had an obstacle came up a little low.
Yeah. Looks like TJ or Derek was the only one to really get one in. TJ's going to knock in his par. The rest of these guys are going to be tapping in their pars. So Carl's able to knock in his par.
All right. Well,
Derek's the lone birdie there. He's going to own this box moving in the hole 6. We still only have 1 stroke between TJ and Carl. As we still have a battle. We're just moving in. We have 4 holes left. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here.
yeah, I would say that this is an ideal final 9 to, really watch and see someone on an upswing, a battle between first and second.
Yeah, I would agree. And we talked about it earlier. I really like the design of this course. The front 9, traditional front 9, is very wide open here. Some water holes, pretty straightforward. Then the middle 9 kind of goes into a little bit of open, a little bit of woods. And then the final 9, the outback, is very heavily wooded, probably the toughest part of the course.
And Derek hit some trees a little early right. Going to cut a lot of distance. I see he might have been trying a local route,
Yeah,
cutting a little distance off of that shot.
I would say so. If you go around to the right of that tree, if it kind
There
of
is no
fades back.
there is no Mando on this.
No, not at all. It's Carl.
Chad might have been going the same way, and they couldn't thread that needle.
Fortunate enough, his land's right on the fairway, so he's going to be able to have an easy up and down for his par.
So let's see what Carl's got with a long run up. His is
He's
gonna.
trying to rip it, and the wind's just grabbing it.
Yeah, he gets himself middle of the fairway, which is really good. He definitely still has some test work to do.
But I would say out of the 3 shots so far, he's definitely closest and the best out of all of them. See what TJ can do here. His is sailing on him.
That's gonna fall short. I think that hit a tree too.
It did, and I think that was probably good for him. If not, I think it would have kept going to the left. Probably to the left of those trees over there, maybe even by the tennis courts.
And Logan throws something a little understable. It does not want to fade back on him, and he finds himself in a really tough spot on the opposite side of that tree line.
Yeah, he's going to have to just tomahawk or thumber through that.
Spray and pray.
Yeah, close your eyes, man. Just throw it. As this is looking like a cut roller, yep. That's unfortunate there for Derek, as that is a long look for his par. So we have Logan here. It looks like he is going to do the tomahawk. And just hit some trees, dropped right out.
Yeah, doesn't find himself out of that woods. He's actually directly in it. I believe he's going to go backhand route.
Yeah,
Keeps it stable.
Just get it out of there.
Yeah, and you know what? For playing like a safe upshot, like he did put himself within range.
That is a great up there by Chad. See if TJ can replicate that as the wind just grabs that. It looks like it just sails that right over. He's definitely got some work. This is a good chance for Carl to capitalize. And that's what he wants to do. That's a tap in for him.
Yeah. Derek still with some work. Fighting for his par, and he throws it away. You can see he knew it too.
Yeah, he's upset. Just got away from him. This is TJ for his par.
Good tree.
Fortunate tree. But he's going to be taking a bogey there. Let's see if Logan can save his bogey. Good putt. You can just tell he's had a pretty rough round. Same here with Derek, 'cause he's able to knock in his bogey. TJ's also going to be knocking in a bogey here, so we got 3 bogeys on the hole. Yeah, this is a pretty tough hole here. We're going to see 2 pars and 3 bogeys. TJ's going to go back down to even. Carl's going to go back down, or he's going to stay at even. You know what that means. Got a tie game here.
Yeah. Pretty remarkable.
I'm excited. After all these holes, these guys are still just going back and forth. I mean, TJ now with that bogey, he's going to be sitting at even. Carl's also sitting at even. We also have a tie between Logan and Chad.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see these guys kind of battling out. Derek's kind of giving those strokes right back.
So we got hole 7 here. You're gonna kind of be shooting right over that hump in the middle, basically directly over it.
Yeah. So you could throw it into it if you don't get it high enough. This is just kind of sailing too much hyzer, but pin high, backside.
Yeah.
Not the worst. It's
Carl had no time to wait.
I don't even know if Chad was off the box yet. He just kind of ran right up on him.
You got excited because it's a tie game.
As we have Derek here, let's see what he can do. As we said before, I think he has the power to get down there. He's just has to keep it straight.
And that's kind of what you want to do.
Yeah. I would not be upset with that shot. I mean,
Right.
You have a straight look right at the basket.
You definitely want a little more distance, but that's the exact line you want to take.
And this green isn't as fast or anything where that road doesn't really come into play. I don't even think that road is OB here, so.
No, and you really don't have a lot of danger of shooting into that OB, like OB long.
No. As TJ's kind of taking the Chad route, and he's a little closer, but kind of backdoor pin high.
Runnable.
definitely. Let's see what Logan does here. He's going to take that forehand sidearm approach.
Keeps it low.
Throws it right into the dirt, gets a cut roll.
He gains a little bit of distance from the one that's laying there right now.
As Carl threw his just kind of right into the ground, I would say it's a good up for him. With his type of caliber of play, he should be able to make that. Chad's going to run his 2, taking that backdoor route we were talking about, and
Beautiful park.
lays it right up. I would say out of laying up, Chad has been the most consistent. He's from the front 9. He's been consistently putting up really nice layups.
I would say Derek is a close second on that one.
Yeah. He's been tapping in a lot of pars.
Mm-hmm.
So Logan's just kind of loses it there. Let's see what TJ can do here.
Oh, that is a wobble putt. But hey, an in's an in as well.
That's good. I mean, that type of flop, I think that deserves a rewind.
Yeah, let's watch that again.
As you could see, he even is making fun of himself when he's walking up. I hope you like him wobbly. Let's see what Carl can do here, as knowing that TJ just got that stroke on him. He's going to have to settle for a par here.
That's super low. Whew.
That was risky.
He knew it. He's definitely commenting on that. But hey,
He snuck it in there. Let's see if Logan can get his par.
he does. Right. We got
Some tap-ins?
yeah, we do.
We do have.
Which again, those beautiful ups that we just saw secures the par.
Yeah, and that's safe golf. Safe golf's good golf.
Mm-hmm.
So we end hole 7 here. Really, the highlight of this hole was TJ putting in that floppy putt. As that thing just kind of flexed out, somehow got in there. But he now has a 1-stroke lead on Carl with only 2 holes left. It's getting tight here. It's
We
exciting
are
to see.
close.
So we move into hole 8. Hole 8 is another water hole that water comes into play. That's there to the left. You can definitely flirt with it. But that hill really kind of secures. If you just throw it to the right, you can pitch up and save your par.
You also take notice that your tee box is the road. It is an active road that cars drive on. So you do have to stop play every once in a while and secure that traffic can get through.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people do stop and wait for you to tee off, but even that's a distraction. So that's going to alter the way that you play this hole in and of itself.
Yeah, I believe we even had a car drive by here. And it's a park road. It's not like a main road or anything, so it's not anything crazy. But
Chad played with that tree there.
Yeah.
He did clip that branch, but it did not stop it. So
that could have
that's
been
fortunate.
scary. 'Cause I thought Carl was just going to run up and throw there. No time to set. That kind of just sails out of his hand.
Yeah, it's going to start fading back.
That is...
Oh, no, it didn't.
He's pretty far there, but knowing that hill's there, he should be able to just kind of throw it right up to that hill, and it should be able to sit.
I also want to take notice to the water bottles that are by the T sign. Shout out to Sean, the tournament director. Sometimes that's really all it takes to put on a successful event.
Yeah, and you know it's a good event if you see refreshments and food out there. And I also just want to say a big shout out. So Logan's kind of flirting with the water, not really.
Looks like the wind might have picked that up a little bit too, and that green stopped it completely.
Yeah. As he should be able to just get up and down, just lay that right up. As Carl definitely has the most work out of everyone here. But
All right.
that's all you got to do is just get it up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could throw it high and throw it into the water, but I would say these caliber players are definitely skilled enough to just lay that right in. Now, if it was dropping off kind of like hole 1 or something, be a whole different dynamic as TJ gets that right up. As Chad runs it.
It looks like his might be the closest up.
And there's Logan's. Pretty straightforward. Everyone just dropping in. Let's see if Derek can save his par. Everyone's inside the circle.
Oh, a little low.
That just kind of looked like it stuck to his hand. Just no power.
Yeah, threw it a little like more on an angle.
So we have Carl here. He is 1 stroke behind. He really needs one here. Let's see what he can do. See if he can save his par. So we're home stretch here, man.
And that is not how you want to continue playing towards the end of your round.
No, that you could just tell he's frustrated. That's taking a bogey there. It's gonna put him at 1 over, and that was uncharacteristic. I don't know if it was because I was in the shot, if I might have messed him up, being around cameras. But TJ's able to knock in that par, and that's going to be another stroke swing. There's now 2 strokes between these guys.
We got to remember they're playing 27 straight through.
Yeah.
So this is longer than you traditionally play without a break, without a lunch break even.
Yeah, they would have already eaten lunch and probably gone out by now almost.
Yeah, and it's refueled. So, that's going to definitely challenge you physically.
Yeah.
To be able to even keep up with, your rate of play.
It's not over here, though. Hole 9's another water hole. I would say it's a very easy water hole. It's a water hole for everyone. Only at 232, but ace run.
I would say that this is one of the more aceable holes on this course.
I would agree.
The one thing, pretty short tee box.
Oh, yeah. It's only like 1 or 2 step-ups.
Yeah. But it's a really short hole, so you don't necessarily need as much of a run-up, and we get ourselves a tombstone.
And that's a good way to get in there nice and safe. You don't have to worry about it rolling away, right?
Talk about slow green.
So we have Chad here. Let's see what he's able to do. So that's looking pretty good out the hand. As long as that comes back a little bit. Great shot.
Yeah, that's going to be a excellent makeable birdie. Logan's going to flick over this water here.
That's looking good.
Air bounce. Ugh.
Just took it right at the last second, and that was looking really, really good. Nice and straight.
He's still pin high, though.
Yeah. And guys, just a reminder, to that question on hole 3, we do have a hint if you are still watching.
You can find the
it.
answer to the question on our website.
Carl's almost goes in the water there. He's going to have a lot of work, and that's not an ace run. And that's going to be hard for him to come back from.
The wind is picking up right as Derek's about to throw. Good thing he's got a driver there.
Maybe that's not a good thing.
No, it got under it.
Yeah.
That gives him a lot of distance.
Pin high, but he's got a lot of work. He's just going to lay it up. He's probably saying, get me out of here.
I'm just here for the points.
Yeah. I'm going to secure my par. Get me out of here. So Carl's going to run this. I mean, he needs a miracle at this point.
Logan here. Let's see if he can get the height on this one. Close out his round.
See if we can keep it. And
just shy, though.
yeah.
That was close.
Just need to recalculate that putt a little bit, and he's sinking a lot of these. He's probably taking 5 strokes off his round here.
That's always frustrating. And we see TJ take it.
Well, yeah, but at this point we didn't know if he took it because this was only 1 round for 27 holes. So when we were finishing up here,
there were still cards out.
There were still cards out, so we didn't know who was winning, who was leading, because there was no talking, no breaks, no live scoring or anything. So at this point, TJ didn't know if he took it. He actually thought he played pretty poor golf. He was like, "There's no way I took this." So we wouldn't know until we walked back and everything. Derek's able to get his par there, and that's a good putt. That's a good way. You want to end that way. It's Chad's CTP.
Great birdie.
Beautiful birdie. As he really picked it up here at the end. He finished 7 over. I mean, there was a point where he was 10, 11 over. And
it's a great comeback.
Yeah. Carl kind of threw it away himself. I mean,
he's walking away pretty disappointed in himself, I know. But again, like we mentioned before, this was filmed back in May.
April.
It was April, yeah. So, beginning of the season for most.
Yeah. So, between these 5 cards here, TJ's the one to take it. He sat at 2 under. Carl was at 1 over. As we see there, TJ was the one to take it. There was only 1 stroke difference. We had John in there, Nevin, a couple other people. Carl went all the way back down to 6 at +1. So you look, Chad was +7. He was 15th. Logan was tied for 18th there, +8.
Well, you want more disc golf? Follow us on all of our social medias. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Stay tuned on all of our fun coverage. I keep saying fun coverage because it was the stuff we got coming up. Fun to shoot, fun to watch. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say.
Yeah, stay tuned, everyone. Take care.